live on the TruMon's show. Greetings, everyone. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back, as always. Always a pleasure coming to share some vibes, share some thoughts. Yeah, yeah, share. Because anyway, I made a whole list. I think it's most most of all, it's a time of opportunity. I'm gonna explain you why. Anyway, I have a whole bunch of stuff to tell you about. Yeah, the convoy, the opportunity that we have also to rise to what is needed in this time, uh, and for sure, also the idea of sovereignty, of being sovereign. A lot of people talk about being sovereign and that, but being sovereign comes with governance. Like you need some kind of governance to reach your sovereignty, whether it's your own governance or and if we I think always if we think about an individual, we have to think at large also. Like we cannot just limit that to the person itself, to me, to you, to the individual. So we have to look at large. And looking at large exactly involvement. So I think because most of us don't want to even hear about politics. No, we don't even want to hear about going into politics and stuff like that. But how are we going to really change things? Is it by just going out in the street and say, okay, you, uh, my government, I have to work a bit on my green screen effect. It's not that bad, but we'll work on it. This is a premiere, but not a premiere. I've done that 1,000 times and more. But yeah, it's back here after a short break. Yeah. So governance. So and being able to govern yourself, but this is the thing that's happening in our time is we have lost all pretty much a lot of individual have lost the state of governance that they should have within themselves. So it's not a surprise that we have a bit, the idea of democracy should not be hypocrisy. It should be democracy, should be the voice of the people should be heard. We should be able to have a link with the people in charge. Like this is common sense to me, but that's not what's happening. And that's why we end up in the street like we do in our times, because we have cut pretty much all the links to the people that govern are cuts. Like they live and it's like they're in a big ivory tower and impossible to be touched or to talk to. So do we have any other choice but moving out in the street when we disagree with something? I think so. Maybe if we would reestablish the communication between the people of the earth, yeah, and the ones that have took the hope, yeah, the hope. Anyway, I think it's that way. Love, free energy, and sharing your gift. And hold on, I have a problem with my eyes lately. And talent, it's all we need. Yeah, exactly. But I think that's the whole thing is we have lost a bit the idea that we should we should govern ourselves in the first place. For sure, we should have a direction within. We should like not be like just a robot of the system. That's what I'm saying. Like when I talk about governing yourself on the inside, it's not rocket science. We're not talking about rocket science here. It's just to be centered and to live a life, to live your life fully, to not in fear and given to fear and stuff. But this is what's happening also is there's a lot of fear built up inside and stuff for most, and I'm wondering sometime if we like to live in fear. I'm starting to wonder. We accept all this like there's nothing. Like, in Canada, we have something called the Charter of Rights and Liberty, la Charte des droits et libertés. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have, if we like start digging to the bottom of all this, maybe we shouldn't even have a charter because we should have rights and liberties, but we are stuck in a place, I think, since a long time. It's not this old mess didn't start just with Justin Trudeau. Là. It started a long time ago, so that's it. They keep telling me I have to pay. So yeah, so it has started a long time ago, and I think we are in a time of change for sure. Things are changing, but if we really want to change things deeply, we're gonna have to be involved also. This is the other part that most of us don't even want to hear about it because we don't want to go into politics. Like me, before I started to reason and reflect about it, I was like, why would I go into politics? Is there something more uh, repulsing to me than politics, especially when you look at it today, the way it's operating? But I think it could operate, or it could uh, be put in place in a different way, in a different manner. Like, not call it, first of all, you don't call that a government. Like, the word is wrong. C'est gouvernement. Yeah. Mais, that's it. The word is wrong at start. And if you have the word wrong at start, the whole thing is like evident. So I think comité de citoyens, ou comité présentoriel, I don't know, something like that. But changing the word, first of all, I wouldn't call it a government. I would, that's the kind of reform I think that we have to go and do. And that's the involvement I'm talking about. If all of us that have great ideas like this and have a vision, and we start going into their circus and start rearranging the whole thing, maybe things will change. Like, maybe I should go into politics. I don't think I have never said that in my life, but how are we going to change things if it's not by using their things and, yeah, politics? Yeah, if we don't start being involved, like, I don't think things will change just by, okay, this is one way, going in the street and protesting and all that and expressing ourselves, freedom of expression. That's another thing in the charter. But that charter has been big time abused, and not only abused, it's been violated. It's been violated big time right now. So that's what I'm saying, is we should really take a good look. What's this? Let me shut this off. There's a meh in the background. Yeah. Okay. Let me just turn the volume down so it's not so annoying. So yeah, so we have all kinds of tools. We have all kinds of tools at our disposition right there in front of us to start creating some change. To start, for sure, it's not gonna happen overnight. Like, we have to be patient. We're gonna have all kinds of emotion involved also. Like, but I think that's the way. That's the way to approach this whole thing. We want a change. We want society to change. We want the whole basic of our supposedly democracy in Canada is being like reduced to nothing. We can't even, like, in this charter. First of all, that charter has not been here forever. It's like 1982. They signed that old thing. It's not that old, but it's a tool that we have. And if we have, like, right now, there's all kinds of lawsuit also against the Canadian government and all kinds of people around this beautiful hurt. Yeah, they're gonna go to justice. But again, like, the whole system is probably they bought the whole system. Is they were everyone's working for them, but at one point I'm saying, okay, there might be a few like me and you in there somewhere. Like we see them, we see the level of presence really rising on Earth. People are fed up. They're starting to see that the gouvernement, ça ment. It lies. Like the word says it. I didn't invent the word. I didn't attribute the word to them. They have attributed themselves that word. Ça gouvernement dans un parlement. OK? And after, because lie en français, c'est mentir. Lying is mentir. So, man, I know there's a whole bunch of etymology stuff also related to that. Meant, the mind, govern the mind, blah, 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 blah. But if we go by when you pronounce the word and the sound, ça a l'air pas mal que ça ment là-dedans. Yeah, yeah. That way, what are you saying? Stop using the legal name for any reason whatsoever, and it takes down the whole system. This is a fact. Yeah, yeah, but again, your legal name is a tool within that system. So yeah, maybe drop for sure. If we start dropping everything that is attached to the system, but after that, like what I'm saying is, if we want things to change, we're gonna have to be involved. It's not just by knocking at their door and asking them to change. Like, I don't see them leaving their ivory tower just because we demand it. That's my point. So, you want to be sovereign, you want to be all this, but you don't want to take responsibility for that sovereignty, that governance. And then you enlarge it, like you go in. Anyway, I think there is a way out of this mess for sure. Where there's a will, there's a way, and there will always a solution to be found. It's just that sometimes I don't know if it's laziness or like we have lost faith. We have lost faith that politics can do anything to help us, can do anything to uplift us, or because of the way it's managed. But I think if we manage, yeah, nice word, manage, yeah. Anyway, so if we never get involved, we're never gonna have a change. So who's ready to, and again, being involved is also involved within, involve the whole thing. Hold on. Or just get rid of money altogether because it causes lack and division. But again, money is a tool. It's just the way, is money the rule of all evil, or the way we use the money? Like, I think everything can be evil. It's just the way we use it. But yes, I agree. If we start letting go of all these nonsensical stuff like money and all the nonsense that is attached to it, but we still gonna have to, we cannot expect society to change from one day to another. So we're gonna take that step by step. If it's not paper money, anyway, it's gonna be something else. We need something to trade. Like, we're not gonna start back trading goods. I don't think so. I think it will, once we have found that this system of money could work in some way. I know now it's been abuse and all that. We're not going to go into all the details of the shit stem, not because it's managed because of what it is. Politics is hopeless. That's why I said before, because we have lost hope that politics can do anything for us, that we cannot do something about it, that we cannot be heard. But like I said, if we want to reach that state of sovereignty, that state of governance, of being able to govern. Salut, Gavin. Bonne journée. Have a great day. Boom. He's out. So yeah, I think there, because that's it. We have became hopeless towards the whole thing, towards the whole system, when we are the actor of that system. So it's time that I think it's just time that we start to take our role seriously. Yeah, taking our role seriously will definitely help us have some kind of elevation. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they keep telling me. Yeah, I read that message before. So exactly. So I'm gonna have a hangout. I think with the PT this Thursday. Yeah, great stuff. Large up PT all the way. And we're going to be talking about this whole thing, this whole protest that's happening in the capital of Canada, Ottawa, but it's happening everywhere. Like it's a tsunami. Maybe the Canadian truckers have started a tsunami. And that's what is needed. We need like some kind of form of tsunami to wipe not the people out. I'm not saying, but to wipe the nonsense out, like to filter all the nonsense and then establish ourselves. Anyway, the things has to change. We cannot keep sorry going in the dark like this and staying in the dark. And but it's gonna require involvement, so it's good to be there and talk. But if we don't act, if we don't, I think there's no other way. Like what? You think they're gonna leave? They're gonna leave their power behind? No. But if we get involved and all, and that's what is happening. I think no matter what, this is what's gonna happen because I don't like to use the word consciousness, but the presence. I use the word presence instead of consciousness or conscience, whatever. Anyway, all these con words, you're gonna see me hesitate, even hesitate. You're gonna see me anyway. I struggling sometime with the words because I try to avoid all the con, all the meant, all the man. So when I speak, I try to give attention to what's coming out my mouth at all times. So there's not too much nonsense coming out because sometimes I speak a lot of nonsense, not nonsense in a way that it doesn't hold together, but the words that have been put in my head. Yeah, sometimes a bit nonsense. Anyway, civilization are meant to enslave its citizen. Religion and science is their main tool. Yeah, but yeah, for sure they have tools at their disposition also. And when we say they, it's us. We have created all this. Like as far as I'm concerned, we're all actors into that system. So we cannot just point the finger and say, "Oh, it's them." We are them. We are all of it. It's a whole thing that we have to work together and solve as like a big, huge puzzle. But we have the opportunity. I think that's why I said it's a time of opportunity. It's a great time of opportunity to start, yeah, looking around and see what's going on. I think it's evident more than ever that we are fed lies from all part, media, government. It's that's why they say we live a lie because that's what it is. It's just lies after lies. The whole thing is built up on lies. So if we build something on the reality, truth, call it whatever you want, we build something real. Uh, it's gonna feel a lot more real than fake. It's time because sometimes we feel fake. If we feel like everything is fake, yeah, but for a reason because it's built up on nonsense. So maybe if we start going in there and I don't see any other way but to be involved. And like I said before, I think naturally, even if you or me don't get into politics or even that, I would change the word and don't get into decision making at a higher level. That better because I don't want to be like a tick. That's why it's called politics, and that's why they want to pick you, because they're like ticks in the wood. Ticks stick to dogs and human. We call them politiciens en français. En français, c'est des politiciens, mais ça sonne beaucoup comme politiciens. Politiciens qui font de la politique. Ticks. So it's not surprising what's happening. They want to pick everyone. It's in the word. Again, it's in the word. I didn't attribute myself those words. They did. The whole thing, the whole system, or whatever, at the beginning of their circus. They said it's going to be called politics, politicien, and all this. So, listen. Change is the only way things sustainable. Yeah, for sure. But change, like, be the change you want to see in the world. That's what they all say. That's what every motivational speaker, everyone that I've heard, didn't say, "Oh no, stay home, watch TV, and eat chips. The world is gonna change." No, it's be the change you want to see in the world. Raise your voice. Rise up. What I want to say here, I want to say raise your frequency. The frequency you emit, raise it, elevate it. Elevate. I don't like the word elevate. There's the eight in there again. I'm struggling really much with my words, but one day I will really be reprogrammed to a better grammar. Again, program, Grammy. Oh, you go and you win a Grammy. Rise up, beautiful people. Yeah, rise up, beautiful. Christine, bonjour, Christine. Bonjour. Some way participate, but I don't feel responsible for it. Tribes all over were connected to nature. Then some invaders came. You know the rest. Yes, I agree. Like, is there a better example than yeah? That's it. Then that invaders came and with their fable. They came here with their fable and stories and stuff and enslavement. But that's what happened. I cannot change the past. It's there. You cannot change it. So what we can do is change the future, possibly change what they have predicted for us in the future. I think we can easily, not easily. It's going to be hard. But what they say, everything that's worth doing is worth doing badly until you get it right. Boom! Yeah. Everything that's worth doing is worth doing badly until you get it right. So eventually, we'll get it right. I think I don't want to be pessimist and negative and this towards this whole thing. I've never been, but I think there's also place for responsibility. And if you want to talk about sovereignty, you have to be involved, because you will never reach a state of being sovereign and do it, because also it's to protect, like I was talking about, the Charter of Rights and Liberties that they have here in Canada. I don't know if they have that kind of stuff elsewhere. Probably they have construct some kind of document to protect them, but often that's it. I wonder who it protects really, what interest does it protect really. But I've heard a few ex-politicians on it and stuff, and people talking about it, and it seems to be a great tool for us to exercise that Charter of Rights, and because it's being violated on like seven points of the charge, 7 chapter that are being violated right now because of their nonsense. So it's time for us to use the tool we have at our disposition. If I have a toolbox full of tools and I don't use it, I will never do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's basic stuff, what I'm saying here. Yeah. Tools, we have them. I think we have them. I think it's there. It's just we have to be very we have to work on ourselves first. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I see a lot of confusion still, because the internal work is not really there for, and the realization, but again, it goes in stages, and I'm not here to judge anyone in their awakening or the way they realize that they've been lied to. It's a big shock. It's a big shock. Personally, it's been a while I've realized it, but not so long, but a little bit. I remember at the beginning I was mad. If you're not mad, you're not giving attention. If you're not mad, if when you realize, because it's a self realization, this whole thing also, it's good to realize you've been lied to, but you're going to realize yourself at one point if you really give attention and you listen to your heart, and because your heart is yearning to be free, for sure. Your heart doesn't want to be enslaved. Your heart wants to be free. So it's just waiting for you to tuck, tuck, knock at the door and wake up. So once you have started to, for sure, you're mad at the beginning. I was. My God, I came out on YouTube like crazy and starting to say all kinds of stuff. For sure, today I don't regret all the stuff I've said in the past. I don't live in regret and stuff. I don't live in the past. Who said that? PT told me ghosts are in the past. Past is the ghost. Or he told me a word in Sanskrit that relates to ghost. That has to do with the past. Passed away when you passed away. That's it. Christine, la belle Christine, qu'est-ce qu'elle nous dit? So many tools. Take them out and put them away when finished. The brain was meant to be as a tool, not a fear master. Exact. That's it. Your brain, your. Oh, la belle Leslie. Oh mon Dieu, Leslie, ça fait plaisir de te voir ici ce matin, la belle Leslie. I found out it was a lie when I got hit by a truck and nothing happened. Except I landed on my feet without a scratch. Hi, Yannick. Bonjour, Leslie. Tout le temps un plaisir de te voir parmi nous ici. Là. To see you here. Always in Maine. You're not far from me, huh, Leslie, I think. Just south a little bit in Maine. Yeah, so yeah, the tools. Christine a parlé, was talking about tools and your brain, your tongue. Like that's they say silence is golden. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes it's good to shut up a bit and listen, but I think it's also a tool that we have, and that's the way we work together here today. And I don't do signs. I use the communication, the verbal part of me to talk to you. So if I don't have that, so use it. Yeah, not far from you at all. Just the price of yeah. That's the other thing. It's getting very hard to move around with all those restrictions, but I have a hope. I have a hope that someday we'll get back to some kind of normal life, if we can say the life that I was living not so long ago. That made more sense, even though it was filled with nonsense always. But it made a little bit more sense than what I'm seeing now. So yeah, no, it would be a great thing, but like I said, it's going to require involvement. It's not just by going on YouTube and stuff. And like even me, I realized that it's good. I'm here, I speak, but I'm think I'm going to take this a little notch higher. But again, maybe not like I'm just starting this whole process of discovering myself. I'm not going to throw myself in the lion den then in the next month. I'm just in the midst and I'm still quite young. I don't see myself old, or I'm getting older, but so I still have a lot to yeah, natural law is beautiful. Yes, I agree. But we, like I said, we have natural. We have lost the touch with nature, the respect of nature, all this. So I think all this will come back, and for all you share, yeah. But that's a must to share in these time, Christine. Honestly, peut-être j'ai dit ton nom en français pas mal. Christine, 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 Christine. C'est la même affaire. It's the same thing. Christine Buckley. Sorry. I'll try. Oh, Electric Cindy. Bon matin, Cindy. Good morning. Boom. Yeah. No, that's it. Cindy, I was talking about involvement and how we have to change what's going on. But that's the thing. That's the thing is the loss of hope. And at one point, everyone with who I talk and I bring up this topic of politics, we all look at it like it's a big communitarism est un psyop. The social. You look at the word social. Isn't that a net? So you sew a net so everyone gets stuck in the net. I think also, believers are in groups, seekers are alone. This is a very good, it's an old saying also. And when I see who said that? Mark Twain said, when you find yourself on the side of the majority, take a pause and look around or something like that. But that's what I'm doing now. Because I found often myself with my thinking on the side, because to me, this is not a fringe minority. This is, again, to me, the majority of Canadian and Americans and everywhere in the world we were more than fed up of what's going on, and we want the whole thing to change. So, yeah, terrible. Even talking about it is unreal. Even when I go out, it seems so unreal. This world that it's sometimes I prefer just to block it off my mind and not think about it. But I'm confronted to it. Confronted. I'm in front of it every day, just like you. So I'm saying at one point we can be avoiding everything, our responsibilities and our uh, all this, but it comes with responsibility, and responsibility is big. Is big. I hear ya, brother. Yeah. So yeah. So I will be here quite often now from now on. I'll do that maybe 3 times per strong. Nobody's weak here. 3 times per strong, per sequence. 3 times per sequence of days. Uh, I don't want to use the word week. Week, 7 days, the days. Also the days. Like, are we in the days? Like, can we move out the days? Like 7. Anyway, so if every one of us that realizes small things like that, one after the other, and we bring it into the arena, this whole circus of Babylon, maybe things will change. But I'm going to be at that topic for a while because I think that's what I've realized. When was it? Yesterday or the day before? I was reflecting on that, and I'm like, how are we going to change things? But how do you change things at a personal level? You need to be involved. Like, if you're not involved within yourself, with yourself, for yourself, how do you expect to change? So we have to taking action. It's so important. And that's responsibility is unique to each of us. Exact. Taking action. Like, how do you categorize someone? Is it by the way they watch TV? The way they switch channel on TV, or the action they take? I'm not judging anyone that watches TV. I've done it in my life. I'm just saying it might be an activity that you should review and change, but it's okay. Like, it's step by step. I'm not here to judge. I've been into nonsense all my freaking life. I've been in a daze all my life. So I'm just, for me, every day I wake up, it's like a brand new day, and I give thanks for life that I can finally voice my voice and express what I have in my heart. And I've been bothering that stuff all my life. Like, It's not a random thing that I'm here. No? I haven't like I knew from a young age that something was off, like really off with the world, but never found a way to. But again, it's like you have to grow. You have to get older, I guess, to realize some stuff, and some stuff you realize also through experience. I've had three children, so that's a great experience. I'm not judging anyone that have no children or decided not to have children. Like I said, often we don't even know why we make that choice. So I'm not here to preach about it. I think most of the things we do is we're not even. So I haven't. It it happened like, but things don't happen for nothing in life. Also, everything happened for a reason. I don't think things. I think there is a grand organizing design, like Ivar, my friend Ivar calls it God. Where's Ivar? Is he here? Ivar. Yeah, Ivar. That's it. Calls it God. Large up, Ivar. I have the most. How did I say it before? The utmost respect for Mister Ivar. Yeah, Ivar from Holland. We've been in touch together for quite a while now. Since the beginning. Since the beginning, I started making videos. I wasn't on the TruMon's show when I started. I started on the side of the river by myself, and I had to find myself. It was a long process for me to come here and do this. Like sometimes you look at the individual and oh, he seems very comfortable doing this and that. But I've been through an extensive process of finding my voice and finding really what was inside of me and put away fear and stuff like that. So it's a long process, but the you know it's also everything in life takes time. Like for you to bloom, you're not gonna bloom into the person you want to be overnight. Like there's flower that bloom overnight, but usually the plant has to grow first. So you have to grow first in order to bloom. I think. Yeah, makes sense. Eh? Nature and animals teach so much. Yeah. I'm gonna modify my microphone soon. I'm gonna have a sticker here, the TruMon's show. Yeah, it's better with a microphone. I'm sorry if it took me a long time to get equipped properly, but finally we have a good mic, and I'm sure you hear me clear. Do you hear good on your side on your yeah on your side? But even that, what the PT was telling me about side, I have his book here. I have PT's book somewhere, and I'm gonna be yeah with PT Thursday, and with Sam and Cindy again Friday night 7 p.m. pour un petit chat en français à propos de tout ce qui se passe. Là. Puis surtout, I want to hear Cindy about that, the you know the involvement into right now it's called politics. I would change the word completely. I would change all the words associated with this old circus. So it would be more grounded and based on the reality, not fiction, like a lie or stuff like that. So yeah, definitely. So that's it. That's it for today. I'm out, and I'll be here again 3 times. I said so. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I'll be no Thursday. I'm with PT now, but I'll do this one first, and then PT. That's it. PT's at 10 a.m. So I'll do this at 8, and then I'll be with PT after. And Saturday also. Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Okay, so large up, Kristen. Support when sharing is so important. Together and individually, when can bring about great changes. Sending everyone here so much love, true love, love of truth, and freedom for all beings. Boom. And that way, large up, la belle Leslie. J'ai vu toi dans le chat tantôt, Leslie. Et la belle Cindy aussi. Vous êtes toutes beaux et belles. C'est pour ça que je dis la belle Cindy, la belle Christine. That way, I don't know if you're a girl, a woman, or a man, but to me, everyone is beautiful. So that's why I always say la belle Christine. So that's what I was saying to Kim yesterday. And they said, "Oh, he's ugly." I said, "No, I don't find anyone ugly. Everyone is beautiful." Yeah. So that's it. I'm out, and I'll be here again sharing my thoughts. I have a lot of stuff. I have wrote several pages on all the thoughts that I had in the last few constitutional crisis in Canada. Yeah, that's what's happening. Uh, it's just everyone is very careful when like talking woman, Kristen. Oui, ok. Merci pour la spécification. C'est ça. Everyone is very careful, especially when talk about YouTube stuff, talking about politics. But I think it's time for us to get involved, and if we want things to change. So I hope you have a great day. Rise and shine, beautiful people of the earth, of this beautiful plain earth. And I'll see you again. That's it. Thursday early. It's going to be at 8 a.m. every day. We'll do it 3 times per strong sequence. No more weakness. Weakness is gone. Fear is gone. So, yeah. And that's it. Thursday early and then Saturday. Maybe eventually we will add another day or 2 or 3 or 4. We'll see how it goes. So, large up. Much love, everyone. And I'm out. See ya. Boom.